It's Brian Preston, the Money Guy.
All right, so let's answer another question. Here we go. This one is from John Harrington. This one actually came through Facebook, and this is what John said. Oh, okay, I like this one. He says, should I ditch my international funds? They really stink compared to domestics. Tired of seeing a full battalion of dollar bills underperforming. And then he said something else. Well, he said boomer sooner, but we're dogs, so we're not going to say that on there.
Eric here in the office
Eric
will
will
be very
appreciate
happy.
that.
I get the frustration here because it is one of those things where you look at international and you go, whew, this thing has been a dog for going on a decade now. Because, I mean, if you look back in time, what was it? We had the whole pigs, Portugal, Italy, Greece, Spain. They were having debt issues. Now we've had the S&P 500 has dominated international holdings for going on a decade.
Yep.
Now, look, your lion's share of your equity exposure probably is going to be domestically here in the United States. But we think from a diversification standpoint, it still makes sense to allocate internationally.
Right.
Because think about this. Let me give you the glass half full outlook on this. There's an entire world of people, a rising middle class that's buying washing machines, going to need vehicles, and you want to tap into that. Now, look, even the S&P, 40% of it is coming from global operations, but we do think there's an ability to even go deeper into that. Mm-hmm. But let's put the other side. Don't go too crazy international
either.
Yep, so I think there's a balance. This thing is definitely a Texas two-step to make sure you get it right.
I like how you threw, for the Oklahoma guy, a Texas two-step in there. That was genius. I don't even think you did it on purpose, but it's wonderful.
My brain, this thing is much more powerful than my mouth is.
Here's the other thing that we think about from a portfolio construction standpoint. A lot of folks think of diversification as a return enhancer. Oh, well, why am I buying international? Because it's not actually enhancing my return. If that's the reason you're doing it, you're missing a little bit of the boat. The reason that we diversify is actually for risk mitigation. Even though theoretically international is more aggressive than domestic markets, at least historically, by adding different types of aggressive assets into the portfolio, you are diversifying the risk and decreasing your concentration. So the reason that we hold international isn't always just to boost returns, it's also to reduce risk. So it serves a very real purpose in your portfolio. Just like cash, a number of years ago, cash was paying nothing, and you would say, oh, why in the world would I have cash on hand because it's earning 0%? Because it's part of sound portfolio design. Even international, while it may not be performing the same way as domestics, is the same type of thing. It serves a purpose in your portfolio, and for most investors, it likely should be there.
Well, and the last thing is be careful of the timing component.
Yep.
Because when you look at it, this is no different than you look at it and you go, man, it has underperformed for 10 years. You're trying to, you think it has to be like last year. It has to be like the year before. As y'all know, we've shown it on the show before, the Callan periodic chart of investment performance. Asset classes bounce around. What was a dog last year will be the top performer next year. Yep. About the time that you completely get out of this thing because you're fed up with it will be the time that you'll see overperformance. So you have to be very careful. Is exactly what Bo said. Have a sound investment plan with your asset allocation as one of the core components will protect you from second guessing and messing this part up.
John, that was a great question. If you have a great question, you go out to Facebook, you can ask the question there. You can go to Twitter at Money Guy Podcast, ask us a question there, or you can go check us out on Instagram and ask us a question there as well.